Hi friends, this lesson is for Module 5, Lesson 11. Have you been practicing the same thing that I've been practicing all weekend long? Have you been practicing how to tell time too? Ugh, me too. I've been looking for clocks this weekend just to figure out what time it is. Like, look at this clock. Boom, 1 o'clock. I knew it so fast because I've been practicing so much. Well, today you'll never believe what happened to me at Target. Miles and I were walking through the store and we saw a clock. And Miles said, "Hey, Mommy, what time is it?" And I looked right at the clock and I was about to tell him when I noticed something. I saw the hour hand, but the minute hand went wild. The minute hand was no longer pointing to the 12. It had moved to the 6. And for a minute, I was like, pal, I don't even not know how to tell time with this clock when the minute hand is not on the 12. So I'm looking, and it looks like it moved from the 12 to the 6, which looks about halfway around the clock. But how do I describe what time it is when the minute hand has moved halfway around? Then I thought, the good thing is today's learning goal says that I can tell time to the half hour in different ways. This lesson is going to be perfect so that next time I go to Target, I don't have this same problem. Okay, let's review. Here's the clock. We know the big numbers on the clock stand for the hour. And if I went all the way around the clock, I could say all these different numbers. All the way, 1, all the way to 12. And the little hand is the hour hand. And when the hour hand is pointing to one of the big numbers, we say that number because that's the hour that we're talking about. The other hand, the long one, is called the minute hand. So far, we just talked about the minute hand pointing to the 12. But the minute hand doesn't always just stay pointing to 12. It can't be 4 o'clock all day, after all. The minute hand actually moves. So, for example, today when I was at Target, it had moved down to the 6. And since 6 is about halfway around the clock, let's use the word half as a way to describe what time it is. So let's see, let's talk about the hour first. All right, so this hour looks about 1, but the minute hand is pointing to the 6. So I want to say 1 o'clock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say half past 1. Since it went halfway down the clock, I can say it's half past 1 or half past 1 o'clock. All right, let's try another one. The hour hand is pointing at 8 and the minute hand is pointing at the 6. So I could say it's half past 8 because 8 is the hour that we're in and it's gone about halfway down. Let's see, the hour now is 10 and we're pointing at the 6, so I know it's half past. So how could you describe the time? Yeah, as half past 6. All right, I'm going to let you try this one. I'm not even going to help you. Look at the hour hand. Look at the minute hand. How could you describe that? Half past. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, half past 4. Friend, you're doing so well. Better than I was doing at Target, that's for sure. Now, I remember our learning goal said that we're going to be able to describe time to the half hour in different ways. So one way we can do it is by saying half past, and then you say the hour. Let's look at another way to describe time. Just a review, here's the clock. These big numbers are the hour hands. When you go all the way around, you can say each number. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all when you're talking about the hour, whichever number that hour hand is pointing to. But the minute hand is different. He kind of ignores those big numbers because the minute hand has a job to do. He has to touch all the minutes going all the way around. Do you see those little bitty lines in between the big numbers? Those are all the minutes the minute hand has to point to. It's a big job. Don't worry, he's up to it. So, this is what he does. Every minute, he's going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get the hint, friend? He's going to go all the way around and he has to touch every single minute. Now, if he were to touch all of those little lines going all the way around, we're going to eventually get to 60 because there are 60 of those little lines altogether. But you should know that when he's pointing to the 12, it would be 60. But the minute hand has a magic number that he never says. The minute hand never, ever says 60. That's because instead of saying 60, he says o'clock. So whenever you see that minute hand pointing to 12, we're going to say o'clock. So why am I telling you about the magic number? Well, you have to know about 60 and how the minute hand never says 60, because halfway through the clock, all the way down to the 6, is actually 30. So when the minute hand is half past an hour, it's actually at 30 minutes. So remember how we were going to describe time in different ways, talking about half past? Well, this is how, using the 30 minutes. So, for example, I could say that it's 8:30, or I could say it using the digital time. I could say 8 and then ... 30, or it's 8:30, because half past is 30 minutes. On this clock, it's 10:30. I could also say it's 10, yeah, you're right, 30. Don't forget, the dots are kind of like the pause. It gives you a dividing line between the hours and the minutes. You want to make sure you include those dots in there. All right, this is 4:30. Or I could also say 4, yeah, you've got it, 30. Good job, friends. All right, our learning goal today said I can tell time to the half hour in different ways. And that's exactly what we practiced. We did half past, and we also did by saying the minutes 30. This will definitely help both of us out the next time we see a clock that looks a little bit tricky. All right, friend, now it's your turn. I want you to go ahead and get an exit ticket from your teacher. You're going to go ahead and connect the clocks. There's pictures, there's words, and then there's also the digital time. I want you to match the clocks so that all of them match all together to the time that's shown. Good luck, friends.